I kind of told and taught this guy, like, this is how you can treat me. You can treat me like rubbish all year round, but this is the one day that I just want to be treated like a queen. And that kind of established a very toxic relationship. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am your usual sweaty Betty Cripper. If this isn't the first time that we're meeting, I create faith-based content here on YouTube and I post every single Thursday, so be sure to subscribe if that sounds like something that you would be interested in. So today I am on my rocking chair because baby boy needs some cuddles, and so that is what we're doing here on the rocking chair. So today is Thursday, of course, but on Tuesday is the big Valentine's Day coming up, right? And so I thought I would do a video. So for those that don't know, my birthday is actually on Valentine's Day, and so this really means so much to me. This video means so much to me because I know that, like, growing up I had this like pressure that, like, oh my gosh, you're a Valentine's baby or whatever, and I had this pressure of never wanting to be single on this day, and it never occurred to me to like research what it's about. It wasn't that, right? Because in the West is so commercialized, these things, like you see it left, right and center, and so it's like almost drilled into your psyche that, like, yes, you should be with a partner on this very day. And so let's kind of talk about that, like that one day of love. Let's talk about that. So for quick context, like, I done some research, but the thing is, I've done some research and like there's different stories of like this tradition of Valentine's Day, and so it's kind of hard to know what to believe. I guess my research hasn't been like that thorough, but what I researched and what was like crazy is that this is the day that men would, like all those centuries ago, men would sacrifice goats and dogs, and then with those sacrificed bodies of like dogs and goats, they will slap women as a mode of like making them more fertile. And so I was like, what is that about? That's crazy. And then they would like kind of sleep with the women, and some would end up with like long-term relationships with these women. What a bizarre love story, right? How did you guys meet? Well, my husband sacrificed a dog and then slapped me with it, slapped my bottom with it, and now we're married. So I didn't really feel that, you know. What I do remember also is that there were two martyrs on that day that went by the name of Valentines, and that's why it's called Saint Valentine's Day. But as the years have gone, they have romanticized this day, and that's where like kind of like love and the emphasis of love is, you know, drawn from, basically. Anyway, I thought some context would be good because I feel like many people don't actually look into these things. Many people meaning I, and I only just kind of researched it. Are you hungry, boy? He's really stinking cute, by the way. I can give you a side profile, I guess, because that's what I do on my shorts, but look how cute my hairy little boy is. This video is about the single lady that wants to be in a relationship on this day and feels the pressure of being in a relationship on this day, because everywhere you go on this day is like couples are there, right? And so it's like there is no better way of it just kind of really rubbing salt in the wound, right? So if that sounds like something that you're feeling right now, that you're kind of like anxious about this day approaching, I just want to remind you that Valentine's Day is robbing you of your value. Now hear me out, sis. So this idea that like this one day you should be with your partner, but also this is the one day that he should show you he appreciates you. This is where I feel like people are just settling for what God has not designed for them. This pressure of like wanting to be in a relationship with somebody will kind of reinforce this like toxic, boundaryless relationships. And what I mean by that is that, like, because of course one is feeling pressured, one will then like forget about so many red flags all in the hopes of just being with this person. I remember this one Valentine's Day, I had an argument with a person that I was seeing at that time, and because the day had approached and we hadn't actually fixed anything, I was just like, sure, whatever, like whatever, let's just go out. I kind of told and taught this guy, like, this is how you can treat me. You can treat me like rubbish all year round, but this is the one day that I just want to be treated like a queen. And that kind of established a very toxic relationship just because I didn't know my value. Do you know what I mean? And so the purpose of this video is for my single sisters. You do not need to settle for less. You're not to be treated like a queen just that one day. Flowers is never enough. Commitment is enough. Love beyond feelings is enough. Knowing and being intentional with your love language is enough. And of course, I know we've heard this again and again, like it's something cheesy that we all say, right? Like, oh my gosh, this is not just a one day that I should be appreciated. I should be appreciated every single day. But the thing is though, the devil is so cunning because he's so loud. But also another thing that I want us to kind of reflect on as Valentine's Day is approaching is that the idea of like commercializing love, just let that sink in quickly. The devil is so cunning. Something that is so pure, that is of the Lord, like love in its purest form, love as the Lord has made it, is a giving thing. Like he loved us unto the cross. Like it's a giving thing and it's a sacrificial thing. To love somebody is to sacrifice. And so for the enemy to make Valentine's Day a day of love and then to commercialize love, to make it almost about acts and gifts, like, isn't that so cunning? And we so easily fall into this trap because, of course, how do you not fall into it when everything around you is all about like, oh, get this card for your loved one. Oh, get this rose for your loved one. Oh, maybe he will like some chocolates, or maybe she'll like some lingerie. And it's like everything is so materialized. And so now we have this warped version of like love, and we're accepting those warped versions of love because, of course, how do you then blame your partner for not falling into it too? I guess it just kind of enforces this idea that like love is an act of getting this, getting that, being pressured into this, being pressured into that, when no, like love is a serving word. And so if you're not promoting that, I'm not here for it, basically. But I will leave it there. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've ever done research on Valentine's Day yourself, or if you have any crazy stories of like settling for absolute less because you feel pressured into turning up for this day. So without further ado, I will leave it there. I look forward to seeing you guys in the comment section down below, but I also will see you in the next video. Bye. You say bye, boy. Bye bye.